The reason why your child is struggling with abandonment is because they feel that they're not easy to love. I am Melina Stephen, author, illustrator, and mental health speaker. And I want to share with you a little bit about my book called You're Easy to Love: Healing from Abandonment to Self Love. It is so important in this day and age to have these conversations to help build emotional resiliency and emotional awareness about abandonment. And because this book has been my number one bestseller, and with all of the positive feedback, I have now created my first recovery workbook. And this recovery workbook, it teaches children how to overcome childhood trauma, emotional neglect, and fears, to healing and finding self-love for children. The number one thing that the reason why I wrote this recovery workbook is because a lot of parents have been reaching out to me and saying, how can I have this conversation with my child about abandonment? They've experienced abandonment. So, this book, I wrote this book specifically for children who are dealing with abandonment. There's two forms of abandonment: physical abandonment, where a parent or a grandparent, where somebody is not in that child's life. It could be because of a cause of death. The other form of abandonment is the emotional abandonment, where the person could be present, but they are emotionally unavailable. In this day and age, with all of the technology and social media, there's lots of children experiencing that social media abandonment from parents and loved ones. I know that right now it's very hard when you see the behavior of children and the things that they do, the way that they act, and you're like, no, something is wrong. Oftentimes, we do not have conversations with our children to talk about abandonment. They can feel abandoned in school, they could feel abandoned at home. Their abandonment can be even with the relationship with themselves, where they feel that they're not being heard. There's so many different things that trigger children to feel abandoned. And that is where the trauma begins. But this recovery workbook that I wrote, it helps children to understand, and also help parents, educators, and also therapists to have this conversation and how to navigate dealing with abandonment. So the number one thing about this recovery workbook is that I created it to have those types of conversations. So, as a parent or as an educator, where you're going to be sitting with that child to walk through this step by step chapters. And this is a very interactive recovery workbook that I created. So, some of the phases that you go through, I have expressing and processing and expressing your feelings. There's also lots of an activity emotional toolbar that I created in there. And as you can see, lots of the pages is very colorful. It is child friendly. There's lots of activities in there, and even some for you to color, as you can see. And there's also, guess what, lots of word searches. So this is a very interactive recovery workbook. Also some coloring pages that I put in there that goes along with each of the each of the each of the chapters. So each of the chapters, so you will definitely get that. And then even we have like creating a personal growth plan. So everything that you need in there to help children deal and process the abandonment that they're experiencing is in this book. And you can also grab a copy of my children's book called You're Easy to Love: Healing from Abandonment to Self Love, and just grab a copy of my recovery workbook that will definitely be able to help you as a complementary to helping children understand and learning how to deal and manage their emotions with abandonment. Thank you.